Hello, everybody. I hope everybody is having some fantastic success and have begun to feel better and begin to understand a little bit about the challenge. And I wanted to take just a little bit of your time and mine to try to motivate, to try to answer some questions that I've been seeing posted over and over. And I understand the answer to the questions because I was there and it was just where you were at. I didn't know where the answer was at or what to do to find them. But I looked back in my research and I stumbled across Dr. Livingood in October of 2018. So it's been about a year since I found Dr. Livingood and participated in the first webinar he had, and it was a webinar on autoimmune and inflammatory gut issues because I was dealing with Candida. And in there, he has a book, and in there he told us to get his book because it had the 21-day challenge in it. And this is the book. It's Livingood Daily by Dr. Livingood. And I know that was probably backwards to you, the writing was. Get this book. If you don't have it, get it. This is like your Bible. This is your roadmap. This is your atlas or your roadmap to success. You will find answers all in there about what you can or can't do or what you can or can't eat and why. You'll find motivational things all throughout it. So get the book. And I'm sure Dr. Livingood has still got a link somewhere that he will be glad to give you to where you can go get the book. And I got the book and I studied. Not only did I read it, I studied it. And I'll show you, just thumb through it, just one area in the book. And you know, just this one area. If you can see, you see I've circled and marked things. Circle and mark in different areas. That's so I could go back because it was something that was important to me. And right here, just to show you, it says avoid anything on the ingredients label that has ingredients ending in OSE, etc., fructose, glucose, maltose, high fructose corn syrup, etc. These are high in these are also found in mayonnaise, ketchup, yogurt, sodas, and many other packaged goods. And then it goes on to say avoid all sweeteners including cane juice, brown sugar syrups, agave nectar, honey, and all artificial sweeteners. Splenda, Sweet and Low, Equal, etc. Use stevia instead. Do all of this for just 21 days or until you hit your goals. Remember that in order to break your sugar addiction, you must get it all out. Even healthier sugars like oatmeal and fruit, all sugars must go. After 21 plus days, you can add healthy sugars back. I followed this. I followed this Bible like it was my guideline because I was dealing with Candida, and you see, before I found him, I had learned how to disrupt the life cycle of it. I had learned how to dissolve the biofilm. I had learned how to kill off the bacteria or the Candida, just to have it come back over and over and over. Well, I didn't realize that what I was eating was what was feeding the gut, the bacteria, the bad bacteria, and that every time I would kill it off, that I would eat stuff that had the sugars and the flours and all of the things that I shouldn't have eaten, and it would immediately come back, and then my body would have to detox of it again. And to try to keep from sounding gross, but when the first time I detoxed from the biofilm, I went in there, and when I got up off of the commode, I thought, my gosh, what is that? But after I researched it a little bit, I come across an article on biofilm, and I realized that's what it was. Then the gut diet, the Candida dial started. And the first time I got up off the pot that day, I thought, Jesus, help me. I was scared to death because I didn't know what in the world was in the commode. I didn't know where. I thought, how and what is that, and how did it get in me? The thing was, I was feeding it, and it happened over and over and over, and it was diarrhea over and over and over, months and months, until I found Dr. Livingood, and I found out I had to get rid of the sugar, get rid of the sugar, get rid of the breads, get rid of all of the crackers, all of the things that I thought I had to have, all of the rancid oils, all of the fast foods. I had to go on a strict 21-day regimen to kill off the Candida. Once I got it killed off, then the gut had to heal back. And all of my filters, like Dr. Living gets, all of my filters were clogged and dirty because I had leaky gut on top of all of that. So that was all in my bloodstream, the liver, the kidneys, the gallbladder, all of those things was filtering all this out. And then once I began to lose the weight, the fat turned loose of it, flooded my bloodstream again with it. It was a nasty cycle, months worth of it. So, when you think, is it worth it? I can tell you right now, yes, it's worth it. Do whatever you got to do to get well. It's worth it. My research, I want to show you something. This is, you see this 3-ring binder? This is months and months worth of research. Months and months. And you go through it. There's all kinds of stuff in here. I've taken it, printed it off, laminated it, punched holes in it, put it in this binder where I can find it. Like, okay, now if I can keep this steady long enough, that's just one page of it. And right here at the top of that, at the bottom, I printed this off 10/22 of 2018. And I had started this was an autoimmune and inflation live webinar with Dr. Livingood. Is where I got this. And some of it also come off of drlivingood.com blog and symptoms. So, I mean, it's all there. Fix you up a book, print it out. I printed out that whole 94-page quick start guide, laminated it, and put it in this book so that I would have it. I can go back and I can look, whatever I need to do, it's there. And I have decided, since I'm redoing the challenge again that I'm going to reread Living Good Daily. I'm going to reread it. I'm going to study it again because you forget some of the things that's in there. Get the book. Find your why. Find your why, because your why is what determines whether you will succeed or not. When you know that you either got to do something to get your health back, or you keep following the same road that you're in, that you're going to deteriorate further and further until one day the final bell is going to ring. Or something worse, to me, even worse, is going to happen, and you're going to have a diabetic stroke or coma, or you're going to have some other kind of stroke or heart attack that's going to leave you maimed to where you can't do the things that you want to do because you had this mindset, I can't do this, too hard. I don't want to give up the sugar. I don't want to cook this way. I don't want to eat this way. It's too hard. You got to get rid of that. You got to get rid of it, because look around. People that got rich, just take money. Someone that got rich. If you decide you want to get rich, are you going to look at me that worked all of his life for what I would call peanuts to find out how to get rich? Or are you going to go find a multi-millionaire to mentor you, to show you what he done? Are you going, when he tells you what he done, are you going to say, no, I'm not, that's not right, I'm not going to do it? No. If you're serious about making money, you're going to do what he said. And that's the same way with regaining your health. There's no guarantees that you'll regain it. There's no guarantees that you'll have the success that I had. I had no guarantees. I just knew that I didn't feel good. I was sick. The doctors didn't know wasn't able to find it. I was tired of taking medicine after medicine after medicine. I got to where I didn't even want to go to the doctor, because I knew if I went to the doctor that I was going to come back with another prognosis of what was wrong with me and another prescription or two. And it wasn't going to fix anything. I wasn't going to I might feel a little better, but sooner or later it was going to rear up and slap me right in the face, and it was going to be even worse the next time. So find your why. If I can say anything, if I can motivate you to do anything, it's this. Yes, I found Dr. Livingood. I went through his seminar, with his webinar. I learned what I could there, and I learned a lot there. This was my go-to. I could look back. I could see, okay, well, I don't need to eat that sugar, or I don't need to do this, or I don't need to do that. But I can do this, and I can do that. So, oh, and by the way, before anybody even thinks about it, Dr. Livingood did not ask me to punch this in there. He does not pay me anything. This is my testimony of the things I went through and the things that I done. And this is some of the best help that I found. I've got mega hours worth of research over here in this other book. Mega hours worth of it. I printed it out and I kept it because I go back to it too. Most of this, most of the elementary things are done. They're here. The research is done. It's all written right here. Use it. Use it. because, I do these videos because I have a passion of passing on what I learned to other people. I don't want you to be sick. I don't want you to go through the things that I did. I don't want you to go through 35 or 40 years of going to the doctor and using your insurance and spending mega bucks on doctors and medicines and still not know what's wrong with yourself. I don't want you to end up in 35 years or 40 years like I did, having to go have your leg cut open and your knee cut out and a mechanical knee put in there that never works exactly like your real knee did. I don't want you to go to the doctor and have them split your chest open to do open heart surgery or heart transplant. And above all, I don't want you to get trapped into the trap that I was in of 35 plus years of Prilosec, proton pump inhibitors, PPIs. 35 plus years. Do you realize how blessed I was? Health consequences are sometimes dire over continued use of this stuff. I could have had no telling what happened in that 35 years. You don't have to be trapped into that. You don't have to be trapped into it. You've got the information. You've got Dr. Livingood that is there to help you. I see a passion in Dr. Livingood that's similar to the one that I have. And I haven't lost a loved one and watched them die, but like I have lost them, but I mean like Dr. Livingood. But I saw my own health deteriorating and slipping away. And as far as the doctors were concerned, I was on the best treatment they could do. Take your medicine, come back and see us. If you got something else wrong, we'll give you another medicine. Don't let that happen to yourself. Don't let it happen to yourself. Because the greatest doctor of all times is inside of you. Your body knows when stuff is going on, and it'll try to tell you. The problem is that we ignore it. We ignore it. We got this belief that the doctors know everything, and we can go to the doctor, and he'll give us medicine, and we're going to be all right, and we'll go back, and everything will be okay. Well, that's not always the truth. And I believe in doctors, and I believe doctors are there because God give us doctors. But he also give us the ability to educate ourselves and to know for ourselves and to help ourselves. Am I saying not go to a doctor or not take a medicine? No, I'm not saying that at all. There's times you need to go, and there's times you need to take the medicine. But I'm saying this. Don't blindly follow your doctor. Find out somewhere, find you a second opinion or a third opinion. But anyhow, I've let this video get longer than I wanted it to, and I'm just saying this. This is your roadmap. Get it. Follow it.